So I don't make teams that often. A, because I'm kind of shit at it, and B, because I'm kind of lazy and don't want to make one. But I decided I want to make a UU team, and I wanted rain. The thing about weather is that it's, I don't know, comparatively to like normal teams, it's just kind of easier to slot things in. That's what I did. I kind of threw some guys together. This is what I got, and I don't know, I really like getting back to making teams myself. I don't know, there's something kind of hollow about using other people's teams. It doesn't feel like very personal. Nice thing about making your own team is you can like put these little quirks into them, into the Pokemon, give them little personality quirks and different moves that deviate a little bit from the standard sets, but not too much to where they're completely stupid and retarded. But, you know, that's what I've got going on, and I've enjoyed using this team so far. It's been a lot of fun, so I may, you know, keep going with it and see how we do. But I'll lead off with Roserade, which is, it's a sub-sleep powder set with dual stab, and it gets a little bit of the shit end of the stick to start with because Mr. Sleep Powder on the first turn against this hulking Empoleon, and then I misclick substitute when I was battling. I didn't mean to do that, so kind of lose a lot of my HP for no reason, and he's still not asleep. He's got up Stealth Rocks, he's broken my sub with an Ice Beam, and wow, I'm not in a good place right now, but I do manage to get off the Sleep Powder finally on turn 3, and now he is, he's sleeping like a baby. That the problem with Empoleon, actually, if you look at him, like the little bit, the side of his fin is kind of like a thumb. He could potentially suck his thumb if he was to fall asleep. If, yeah, maybe he will, I don't know, but it doesn't look like the animation was made for that, so there you go. I'm going to take the opportunity, however, to switch into my Bronzong, which works out nicely because he stays and gets one turn of sleep, and then decides, well, there's a bit of shit staying on a Bronzong, probably not going to wake up and can't really do anything to it anyway, so he goes out into Hitmontop, I guess expecting the Stealth Rock, and then goes for the Sucker Punch. For some reason, I'm not sure why he wouldn't go for like close combat or something, but maybe he doesn't have it, who knows. Hitmontop can do weird stuff. They have Toxic and Rapid Spin, Sucker Punch, so maybe he doesn't have the close combat. Maybe it's like Stone Edge. I don't know what he's going to be running, but it turns out that I dodge it because I set up the Rain Dance, and this is my main Rain setter up. Is my Bronzong, has a Damp Rock, and does pretty well. Now, I have Zen Headbutt on the set, and this is a weird Bronzong. It's Stealth Rock with, it's Damp Rock, obviously, as I said, but Stealth Rock, Rain Dance, and then I gave it Sleep Talk and Zen Headbutt, kind of to just be an anti-Roserade thing, because, I don't know, I didn't like the fact that Roserade just puts things to sleep in UU, and I wanted a Sleep Talker, and I thought, I might as well just give it Sleep Talk and Zen Headbutt, so then maybe sometimes I'll Sleep Talk and Zen Headbutt on turn 1 after Roserade's put me to sleep, and that'll do loads of damage and I'll be in a nice situation. But regardless, I'm going to switch out to my Roserade after he brings in Zapdos on the Bronzong, and I obviously want to deal with this thing, so I'm going to go straight for the Sludge Bomb. Unfortunately, Tuxedo Man comes in again, still sucking his proverbial thumb, and I certainly can't do a huge amount to him. I have Sub and Giga Drain and stuff, and although I have lots of special attack investment, I am timid, not modest, so it's not going to be packing a huge punch, especially when he looks to be a defensive Empoleon Eluin. But Eluin, yeah. Anyway, I go to Ephraim, my good old Heracross here. Now, usually when one of my Heracross is named like Ephraim, then it is a substituting set, either sub Focus Punch, or in this case, sub Moxie with 3 offensive moves as opposed to Focus Punch. I'm using Close Combat. So, really nice set. And this thing wrecks quite a lot of face in UU, I have to say. Nice thing about Heracross is that, I don't know, the people are so predictable with Heracross, they just run Scarf. I mean, that's every single Heracross you find in UU is Scarf, and I'm hiccuping a bit, which is not the best of ideas. But, yes, what I'm saying, Scarf Heracross is everywhere. Sub Heracross is still places, and not as many places as Scarf Heracross, but it explores the British Isles, and it's been to France, and it's been to Germany. It hasn't been to America yet, but maybe one day. But what I'm saying is it's well-travelled. Not as well-travelled as Scarf Heracross, who's, of course, travelled the world, but you get my point. Regardless, I basically sped up that situation because I was just behind a sub, and the Hitmontop couldn't really do anything to me, it seemed. So I was just smashing him with close combats and just doing what I could. And then he brings in the Zapdos, and unfortunately I miss a Stone Edge on it, so that kind of sucks. I was at -1, but you see how much close combat I was doing. This thing's pretty powerful. So it was doing a decent job until, unfortunately, I'm going to have to switch it out. I don't want to stay in and take a hit, and kind of go to Bronzong as Death Fodder, which sucks a lot because now I lose my my Rain Dancer and my my Damp Rock Rain Dancer, really my main Pokemon which sets up the rain, which is, it was a bit of a shame, unfortunately, but I was kind of necessary because I didn't want to sacrifice anything else to the Zapdos, and I knew that, I could go into Roserade, do a huge amount with Sludge Bomb, and then either, stall out of Roosts, or just take a hit and then revenge kill it. I, fortunately, don't need to do any of that because I end up getting a crit on the Sludge Bomb, which just makes my job a whole hell of a lot easier. It just moves that thing out of the way, and I don't have to worry about it. But now he goes into Shaman. I don't know, curious. I was a little bit that he outsped me because I'm running max speed, but I guess so is he. I guess Shaman is faster base speeds. I'm not really... Like, Roserade I thought would be faster just than Shaman naturally, but apparently I'm not paying attention to base speeds, and he just outspeeds me and air slashes and die. But turns out nicely because I get a free switch into my Hurricanadus, just the guy, the Stormborn, this man, who, Rain isn't actually up at this point. I do have Rain Dance on this Tornadus set, so I could potentially go for it. That's what I do now. I do go for the Rogue Hurricane and fortunately hit it on the Cofagrigus, and I could easily 2-KO him, but I'm afraid of it missing, so instead of doing that, I'm actually going to end up Rain Dancing and then get the Surefire Hurricane off, which I know will kill him. I do fortunately dodge a Will-O-Wisp there as well, which is going to come into play because I'm not running the Focus Blast variety of Tornadus. I'm in fact running Superpower with Hurricane, and then I have Rain Dance, and my final move is Tailwind. Tailwind is very useful for the late game, and that's essentially what I keep this guy around for, is so that I can Tailwind late game, get Sharpedo to late game sweep and stuff like that. So that's the kind of idea, I guess, behind the team, is to eventually get to that point in time. But it doesn't really end up working out here because at this point, I think I should be able to just go for a Superpower on the Empoleon and then follow it up with another one, which will take him out, and bada bing, bada boom, we don't have to deal with the Sleeping Penguin anymore. Still sucking his thumb, proverbially, as he is, but now makes a smart play, goes into Heracross. Heracross, Hitmontop, goes into Hitmontop, spinning around on that top, and is able to take the Superpower with very great ease and grace and immaculacy. Not quite an immaculate hit recovery there, but still, yeah. Now I'm going to switch. So, yes, and I go into Heracross, and you know from last time that this is a situation that I like a lot, because Heracross is in fact able to basically deal with him on top easily. Also, I saw Sucker Punch from earlier, so I'm not going to stay in with my Tornadus, especially knowing that my Tornadus can actually live another Stealth Rock switch in. Makes more sense for me to go out into Heracross and save Tornadus for the potential Tailwind at the late game, so I can, use Sharpedo and finish things off from there. However, I do have the opportunity to set up a substitute here. I know he can't break my sub, and that is what I'm going to do. Heracross is in behind the sub, he's leveled up, he's got his Lance, he has the Rain Leaf. The Rain Leaf is in hand, and, well, when you have the Rain Leaf, you know that the cavalry can't stand up to you. Well, if the cavalry can't stand up to you, then what the hell can stand up to you? Apparently not much, because Hitmontop can't even break my sub with a Sucker Punch, and this is just destruction. This is the end game, ladies and gentlemen, where Heracross takes on the world. Essentially, I have a sub up, and I'm getting Moxie boosts. My attack is sky fucking high, and man, this is what I like to see Heracross cleaning up. He does have a Cobalion, which would have killed me with a Stone Edge because I have so many defense drops, but he misses, so that's the game. I close combat and he dies. It wouldn't really mattered if he had gone and hit the stone combat. The Stone Edge wouldn't have mattered if he hit the Stone Edge, because what I would have done is I would have gone to Tornadus, set up a Tailwind, and then gone to Sharpedo and just killed him from there. So that's basically my plan. Anyway, that was it. That was the game. That was the thing. And that's pretty much how we're going to finish off the game. The match. The narration. That's the word I'm looking for. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I will certainly return with more of the Pokemon battles. And feels like I need to stream soon. That's probably coming up. Be on the lookout for that. Streaming shall be happening in the near future. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Do leave a like if you enjoyed. Oh, so critical and helpful and useful. And I guess myself and the proverbial thumb-sucking penguin will see you next time. Goodbye.